All right. Hi, Aiden Hall from The Real Deal here.
All right, real deal.
What challenges were there in making the transition from your rap career to your spiritual leader, essentially? And what were some things that you took away from your rap career that you've brought into your spiritual leadership?
It's a good question. What you're asking me? What did I use to become a spiritual leader from out of rap? Because this is a long question. There's a lot of questions. I would have answered the first one, but then you kept going.
What were some challenges from adjusting from a rap career to being a spiritual leader?
All right, we'll stop right there. Okay. There are no challenges. The challenge was the fact that I needed to fix, in my mind, I needed to fix some things. Like again, you look at, let's just use Chris Brown. Like he blew up, and he's probably gonna somewhere in his mind right now, even though a lot of people are chasing to get where he got, he has to clean up some things. I'm not saying he's gonna become Reverend Chris Brown, but he's. I've heard him say, I'm doing every day to try to become a better person. So the challenges for me were, man, this ain't working. So my brain just worked really quick. Okay, I don't like this. Looking at TV, I'm looking at all, you see the TV ministers coming on. You're like, I'm gonna change my life. That's the kind of vibes you get. You're ready to cry. I want to fix it's not working for me. And I went to church. I was a student of fix my life, and the first thing I could think of was going to church. The guys that were on TV that I was looking at midnight or wherever, 6 a.m. when you don't feel good, you're trying to fix things. So I wouldn't call it a challenge, and becoming a spiritual leader was not my point. My point was to just repair myself, to make myself a better person. It's like being here at college. You're here, they're just like asking a person in this college, like somebody that's passionate about their books, what are the challenges? The challenges are probably fun, for somebody that's trying to pursue something. So I wouldn't say it was challenging. I think it was necessary. And the collar getting wrapped around my neck became, and this is all in my mind kind of premature because I got to go through all this again tonight. With him, we'll probably go through the same path. But at the end of the day, I brought myself to a place where I became a reverend, and in the church, in the black churches at least, you become a usher, or you're the choir, or you're a deacon on the deacon board. It's kind of like you can keep going all the way up till you become a minister. I'm sure that a lot of people know that there's a lot of ministers around that come up out of the church and they were just going there to go to church. Then the pastor said, well, can you do this for me? And next thing you know, you're involved in the church. You're not just a parishioner, you're a part. And that's the second part now.
Is there anything that you've taken from your rap career that's helped you become a better
all of it. If you look at, for me as Rev Run, if you look at pastors or whatever, when they go up to the pulpit or whatever, they have to have charisma. They have to be able to talk to people. Sometimes it's serious. Sometimes it's lighthearted. Sometimes it's making a reference to Jesus. And next thing you know, it goes into a story about his family or what happened this morning. And they'll take a scripture and connect it to something that they have. So many pastors / the bishops and prophets and whoever's in the pulpit are very charismatic. So yeah, the Rev and the Run kind of go together.
All right, so going in on the television show that I think we all used to watch at one point, what was the motivation behind that, and what do you think viewers, got from the show?
It was a two-part thing. You got me as Run, who knew me from Run DMC, and you get to see inside my home, and you got to see my brother Russell Simmons, and it was a lot of cool factors, and then there was a lot of you get to see a man that handles his family well, that has a wife, that has kids, and makes you feel nice, warm, and happy to watch this show. And then at the same time of it being, Bill Cosby-ish or just really, I would say, soft and happy, but then you're dealing with a rapper who happens to, pioneered rap music. So it's like a edgy guy showing you another side of himself. So you're fascinated if you're watching, foreseeing, okay, I can't wait to see Run's house this weekend. There's so many. It's like looking at T.I.'s show these days. You see this edgy guy hanging out with his wife, Tiny, and the kids, and you could see where he loves his family, but then you know that he's cool, and it just kind of works.
So Run DMC is a legacy in the hip hop and rap. What would you want your legacy to be at the end of the day, as a man of faith, as a man that's created one of the biggest sensations the world's seen? What would you want to be your?
I've been answering that question, and it makes me feel like, where I'm at now, I just want to be known as a good person. Where Run's house landed my life. Obviously, sometimes I get called back to do a Run DMC concert, and I do all the beautiful music that people love. A nice big concert, 100,000 people. I go do the records. They go crazy. That's good. I enjoyed that part of my life. I enjoyed very much becoming the Rev. So at the end of the day, I just want to be a man of integrity, somebody that in his youth gave you good music. When he got older, he gave you good inspiration, and I'd like to conduct myself so that people can respect my legacy as a human being, not so much just as a artist. I want to be known as somebody that did right by his wife, by his kids, by the community. I'd be happy.
But my question for you is, college, at least from my experience, I'm a junior, and there's points where it's like, it's just rough. So what is just your word of advice for somebody just to keep pushing and to go to class and make sure not just, get C's and D pluses, but, you want to do well. So do you have any words of wisdom?
I love that question. Do what you have to do what you want to do. You're here in college. I'm sure your parents have expectations, or uncles, whoever is looking over you. Just as your passion, music, DJing, and what depends on what you're studying here, should be leading you towards what you want to do. So yeah, you want to be smart. You want to be able to be witty. If you're a radio disc jockey, and you want to be as big as Steve Harvey and them. I don't know your path, but you want to be smart enough to know what it is. You want to be quick and witty. You want to have your mind right. And you want to be able to write a whole book if you had to. So yeah, you get your studies right and understand how that's going to help you further your career. So do both. You continue to, I went to college for a little bit, and then I took a leave of absence, and I've been absent ever since. But at the end of the day, I'm well spoken. In order to become the Rev, I was under church that taught me so much stuff, so I could be sharp with knowledge and wisdom. So yeah, do both, and stay passionate about what you know that your path is going to be at the same time.
Well, thank you for the words of wisdom, and just gotta thank you personally, because 3 weeks ago I can thank you for personally. I've been on the books. I have been DJing.
Well, do what you have to do so you can do what you want to do is a good one, because it's true. I think in your situation though, they kind of go hand in hand, because to me it sounds like you're saying, let me do what I gotta do, so I can do what I want to do. I think you need to mix those two. I think school needs to help to form your major, whatever your major is, into what you're doing. That's my point.